in their squad cars coming up that road, Eagle Bay Mountain, at twilight, and all you see is all these lights that look like a snake. Well, there was 600 of us with white sheets over us in 5 feet of snow with our guns sitting like that and pine trees around it. And when them 1,200 state troopers got up there, we threw off our sheets and put the guns all to their car. Now, we could have easily killed every one of them in there. They screamed and begged for their lives. They defecated on themselves and urinated. Guess who those state troopers were? The same ones that went into Attica and killed with impunity. That day, the new governor of New York, Hugh Carey, assigns his lieutenant governor, Mario Cuomo, to go out and meet with us. They call up, the chief of police yells back to the governor, "They got us surrounded. They're going to kill us." The governor said, "Turn them all around. I don't want Ginyonge," which, by the way, is a Mohawk word that means land of the flint. And we Mohawks are really Ginyonge Hogas, or people of the land of the flint. They turned them back. Governor Carey says, "I don't want Ginyonge to be my Attica." Turn them around. Next day, send up Mario Cuomo to sit down and negotiate with us in our longhouse. And they said, "Look, give back this 4,000 and we'll give you 50,000 prime acres further north, just on the Montreal border." And today we have 50,000 acres of Mohawk, the first independent territory in 1974 of independent Mohawk Free Territory without firing a shot. But we were ready to defend ourselves. So I'm saying there's balance, there's justice, but there's also strategy and tact. It's the same thing that we did up at Gustafson Lake in 1995. A brilliant lawyer by the name of Bruce Clark. Tony and I thoroughly studied his laws. Bruce Clark was a PhD. He had a master's degree in the law, indigenous title. And just to make a long story very short, in British Columbia, it's all unceded land. And King George in 1763 guaranteed that all lands belonging to indigenous people should be left unmolested and undisturbed, and that those lands can only be purchased by the colonial forces if the indigenous people sold the land, or willfully surrendered it. Now, that particular law was a result of the 1704 Queen Anne's decision between the state of Connecticut and the Mohegans, where Queen Anne ruled in favor of the Mohegans in a land dispute, their Privy Council. Now, she based that decision on a papal bull called the 1532 Sublimis Deus, which was a reaction to the 1497 Tierra Nullis. Tierra Nullis was the doctrine of discovery. It says, well, Indians aren't really human beings. We're nothing but a bunch of animals. So therefore, you can kill us like animals, and you don't have to enter into legal transitions with animals, now do you? Well, Bartholomew de las Casas in Central America saw hundreds of thousands of Indians being slaughtered. He begged Pope Paul III, "Stop the killing. Rescind that papal bull." Well, he turns around and he comes up with the 1532 papal bull Sublimis Deus. Now, that's the basis of all treaties today. Okay? Now, but British Columbia don't want to hear 1763. In fact, up here in Canada, the Canadian Constitution under Section 25 guarantees the protections of Aboriginal rights, including those relative to the 1763. So what they're saying in black and white, You're a sovereign people. Those lands, we have to negotiate with you. The title is yours. But, hey, that's just on paper. All right? Because we're going to steal your water, and we're going to stop them from stealing all the water. They're going to kill out our salmon, just like they killed the buffalo of the Sioux. To destroy the people's food is to destroy their economy. They're going to run the electricity under NAFTA to the U.S., to the Southwest. No, we're going to stop them. We're going to stop them. But the point is, in 1995, my wife and our little babies, after seeing Dr. Bruce Clark go before 42 different courts to argue the law. The rule of law you're talking about, Mike. The rule of law. Now, don't get me, I'll tell you right now, I believe in law. I believe in checks and balances. I'm going to live by the law. You're going to live by the law. When you step outside the law, I'm going to be there to attack your ass. I'm going to be there to deal with you. I'm going to set your ass straight as best as I can. Because that's what I believe. Because I come from the Haudenosaunee. I come from the Iroquois Confederacy, where the law came from. The great Guyanagoa. The first oldest living constitution in North America came from my people. And I am a upholder of the constitutional rights, the democratic rights. The two-thirds majority vote came from us. The people's referendum came from us. Women's equality came from us. The right to national self-defense came from us. If it's good enough for my people, it's good enough for me. We went to court 42 times on the law, and the law refused to hear it. That's why in 1995, when some rednecks up in upstate, I won't call it upstate, up province, upstream, British Columbia, up bushes. I mean that, up bushes. All right? Up bushes, British Columbia. Refused to hear the law, and I concur with my partner, the Wolverine, and others, my wife and my family, all of us concurred. A handful of Indians. We said, they're not going to hear the law. They're stealing this land. There's contested land. At that point, I said, here is a bunker we set up in the middle of the night, made out of woods that we cut up. We're all around the Sundance grounds. We locked it in, and I said, now we're going to hold court here in the bush. And we're going to hold them with these things right here. The same things that you're pointing at us, we're pointing them right back at you. I've given my warriors and told them, if you have to shoot, shoot over their heads. Give them a warning. But and I told them that if they shoot, they better shoot over our heads until this is dealt with in the court of public opinion. We held them out for 79 days. We made our peace. The whole world understood the law once we went through the internet, once we went through Tony and the Globe and Mail writing all the articles. We had TV stations, CBC, we had them. We had a window. We taught the world the law. We taught them to also respect us. But for the most part, when it comes to indigenous peoples or black people, they see us with a bottle, they see us with a drug, they see us doing nothing, they think they can step on us. Some of us are not about that. Some of us are about what's right. And again, I reiterate, we believe in self-defense. Self-determination equals self-defense. I come from the school of Malcolm. The mind of Malcolm. I believe in the right to national self-defense. Point blank. If it's good for you, it's good for me, baby. You believe it?
I would like to just say that our Secretary of Homeland Security, Janet Napolitano, has issued a statement of finding that white racists, white supremacists are